Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Thompson of drlisa.thompson.com, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you 7 villains that can derail home business owners from success. And so let's get right to it. Now, over the Christmas holidays, I was watching getting caught up on Netflix with some of my favorite superhero villains and movies. And one of my favorite movies, superhero movies, is The Dark Knight with Christian Bale and the Joker played by Heath Ledger. And one thing about villains, whenever you've watched villains, whether you watched them with cartoons or you've seen them on the big screen like you would here with The Dark Knight, the villains always seem to talk a big game. They look menacing, they look scary, and they really play to people's emotions. And they get them so emotionally crippled that they can't do anything. So the other day I was on a roundtable discussion with some other top entrepreneurs, and we were just breaking down, and it was a great way to put it with metaphors of villains who really derail home business owners from becoming top earners. So let's take a look at what these are. These are the 7 villains. The first villain is the lack of money, okay? The lack of money. And how many times have you been in a situation where that lack of money, all right, you wanted to maybe invest in coaching, attend a live event, you have wanted to maybe invest in a course, and you sit there and it's like you just didn't have the money, okay? A lot of times there's a fear with that, and the fear of that is taking a calculated risk, and that subconscious fear of, what if I fail? But then there's another fear that's with that too. What if I succeed? There's going to be more responsibility, okay? So this lack of money mindset really prevents people from having any success. And so with the lack of money, okay, they think that I'm going to build my business just learning as I go, just subscribing and getting free trainings. But a lot of times, free becomes the most expensive because now you're taking more time to achieve success. And when something's for free, you don't really put forth the commitment. So what Tony Robbins says, and I love this quote from him, where he says, when you pay attention, because you know you've got to figure out a way to get that money back. Now, a lot of times, lots of people, and I've seen this happen in my life, where if you know your back's against the wall and you need to come up with some funds for something, you will find it. Because it's not the lack of resources, it's resourcefulness. It's learning to sit and figure out, okay, if I know I need this much, I'll figure it out. And you go into problem-solving mode and you're able to come up with the money. One thing that always, in this roundtable discussion that was brought up is that a lot of people, they'll sit there and say they don't have the money to invest in themselves and in their ongoing education, yet when the latest iPhone comes out, they will stand in line and spend, shell out $1,000 without a moment's hesitation to get that device. Or they're going to spend money to get that latest athletic shoe. Okay, so when you're looking at from a lack of money and you're, looking at it's going to be a leap of faith, there are ways to do homework to minimize the risk. You can always look and see, is there a payment plan? Is there something that I can do for someone else? Because when there's a way and you say, I'll figure it out, you will find the way. Okay, you will find the way. Remember, it's not the lack of resources, it's learning how to be resourceful. So that's the first time villain. The second time villain is, again, the lack of time. So many people will bring up and they will say, I just don't have the time. I've got so much stuff going on at work. I have so much stuff going on with the kids. I've got stuff going on at church. And they really don't have that discipline to set apart time to really devote to building a business. And one of the things that they don't do is they don't use a calendar. They don't write down the daily action steps that they need to do to focus on the income producing activities. Okay, so there's this lack of time. And one of our people who are, the one who was leading the roundtable discussion, Diane Hockman, who's a 20-year industry vet, and she is now a top earner. She said with the lack of time, what she learned to do when she first was building a business, one of the things that she had 2 young girls, all right, 2 young daughters who were incredibly busy. She had to learn to work within the nooks and crannies of her day. And what she did, she made it a priority. So when the kids were sleeping, she was working on the business. When the kids were at school, she was working on the business. When the kids were doing this and this, she was working on the business. All right? And she learned to fit it into little nooks and crannies, learning how to promote. She didn't need to learn all of the marketing. She learned how to promote. We'll talk about more about that when we get down to Overcomplicate. The third villain is negative people. Negative people. You know, you really have to watch who you are surrounding yourself with. In life, there are people who are energy supporters, who are going to add to your energy, and then there are going to be people who are energy drainers. Have you ever been out at a happy hour with some co-workers or at lunch with co-workers and they're doing nothing but complaining about the boss? They complain about the stuff, that bad stuff that's going on. You can get caught up in that. You can see that on social media too, where they get caught up and then all of a sudden, you leave that and you feel really icky, okay? And it takes a while to get your energy back up. Now, think about when you've been at a live event, okay? You've been at a live event, you're around people who are supportive, excited, they know who they are, where they're going, and you're at that event and you can't sleep because your mind is buzzing. You're so excited and jazzed, okay? Notice the difference. Negative people, when you get into that negative spiral, you don't want to do anything. And a lot of times, people who are negative, they can sometimes be family and friends. And it might be they're just afraid for you. They're afraid for you. They are afraid of what, you know, being associated with someone like you. All right? You're making a conscious decision to go out and change and improve yourself. And a lot of people, they don't want that to happen because they have a fear of loss. But you don't want that to rub off on you. You also want to make sure on social media, too. You don't want to be around negative people, okay? Because whatever you speak, you get to keep. So if you're around people who are constantly negative, or if you're on social media being constantly negative, you're only going to attract negative people. And negative people don't go very far. They are always unhappy, and it's not where you want to be, okay? You want to make a choice to surround yourself with people who get you. Go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. The fourth villain is procrastination. Procrastination means it's, you know, you say you're going to do something, but then you never do it. And this is where you don't have a calendar. You don't set goals. You don't set goals. You don't track your goals. You don't track your results. And when that happens, you set a goal. And that's why so many people, when it comes to New Year's resolutions, they never follow through on it because they don't have anything that help you. They get so addicted to the outcome. They get so addicted to the outcome that they don't get the result that they want. They give up and quit. And they go into this shiny object syndrome. What you want to do is, this is the one thing that set me free, and I learned this from Ray Higdon, another top earner. Ray Higdon said, you cannot control the speed of the result. What you have to do is the only thing you can control are the activities that you do that put you in the direction of getting to your goals. And when you focus on activity steps, you get addicted to taking the action steps, you're going to get the result. And so what Ray taught me to do is that you set activity goals for the week. How many people are you going to prospect this week? How many pages in a book are you going to read this week? How many chapters? How many follow-ups are you going to do this week? How many Facebook Lives are you going to do this week to attract people to you? Okay, how many emails are you going to write to get people to reach out to you? Okay, how many new people are you going to meet this week? So you write down, those are examples of activities. Okay, results would be how many reps and customers are you going to enroll? And then what you do is at the end of the week, you sit down and you celebrate the progress you made. You look at your activities. Even if only you did an activity of reaching out to 5 people, okay, and you only did 1 Facebook Live this week, you celebrate that because that's going to keep you going. So that is villain number 4. Villain number 5 is we tend to overcomplicate. Okay, and this is one that Diane Hockman really talked a lot about. And what Diane said is that we get so caught up in the marketing and learning, how to set up a blog, and we have to learn everything first. Okay, we have to learn how to say the right script. We got to get that email just perfect. We got to come up with the perfect script. We've got to get that perfect image. And we just overcomplicate everything. Okay? What Diane teaches is you have to understand the distinction between marketing and promotion. Okay? Marketing is really preparing somebody to buy. Promotion is getting people in front of the marketing. And then you let the marketing do the heavy work. So what you do is you just introduce people to the tool that you're using and let the tool do the selling for you. So whatever that tool is, if it's a sizzle call, if it's a automated webinar, if it's a video, whatever that is your tool, you just promote using the tool. Get people in front of the tool. When you overcomplicate it, that's what makes it difficult. And Diane was teaching. She took a bunch of people through an execution on really how to really execute, and through just daily action steps of doing nooks and crannies throughout the day, where people, all they did was focused on promotion and getting people in front of the tool that they're using, and just working within the nooks and crannies of their day. With one person, they were sitting there watching college football with the family, or they were watching a movie with the family, and all she was doing was promoting on Facebook, just getting people in front of her tool. And for the first time, she had success. She was getting leads, reps, and customers, and they were coming on autopilot, and she was only spending 10 to 15 minutes a day, rather than sitting there and having all this struggle with learning marketing. She just learned to promote. So don't overcomplicate. Villain number 6 is kids and family. Now, one of the biggest challenges, and this tends to happen when you have parents, okay? You have parents around and they always want to say, well, what does your child do? Well, my child is a doctor, or my child is a teacher, my child is a physical therapist, or my child is a car salesman. Okay, they want to be able to tell their friends what their kids are doing. So when it comes to saying you're building a home business, a lot of times they don't know what to say, and they feel embarrassed, and so they get all worried about that. Okay. Or it's a fear for you. Like Diane said, one of the biggest fears her parents had when she started a business was benefits. Are you going to get health insurance? Okay, that was huge. You're going to have something for retirement. Diane is a 7-figure earner now. So she learned how to, she had to, she's gone in now. She's able to get health insurance. Okay, she was able to buy health insurance. She was able to put together a retirement plan. All right. So when it's kids and family, you just have to tell them, you know what? I'm a salesman. I focus on this. I help people grow online businesses. All right. And I work from home. I'm a teacher and problem solver who happens to practice in this. And it comes from a place where you need to feel confident in who you are and how you're helping. So the way that you did this, and Diane gave a great way of uncovering your roar, okay? Meaning, who are you? What do you stand for? Who are you fighting for? And more importantly, where are you going? If you can answer those questions and get crystal clear as to who you are and how you're going to help people, that's going to really, your family will come around. And sometimes your family's not. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. And the last one is mindset. Now everybody, and this was a big villain for me because I thought when I got started, all I needed to do was learn the marketing. Teach me the marketing. Teach me how to get traffic. And I will be fine. Okay? But what you need, it's a training balance scale where you need a combination of mindset and you need a combination of marketing. Okay? And when you have to have the right mindset, because that's going to help you do the marketing. Mindset's the why. The marketing and the traffic, how to build your business, is the how. And if you don't have a big enough why, it's not going to matter how. And that's why you need to spend time, 30 minutes a day, doing personal development minimum. Whether you're reading books on business, mindset, or leadership development, listening to audio recordings. When I commute 2 hours a day. And what I do on my phone, I have Audible, and I also have podcasts. And I listen when I'm driving. That's no extra time. When I'm working out, I listen to audio recordings, because what that does, those mindset, it guards the words, okay? And this is something I learned from Ray Higdon. Your language shapes your experience. To change your experience, your language must change. So you have to stand guard at the door of your mouth and mind, because whatever you argue for, you're going to get to keep. So if you're always saying, I never get leads. Every time I invest in something, this happens. I get overwhelmed, disappointed, frustrated. And if you're constantly saying that, the universe is going to say, you know what? That's what you want? You're arguing for that? We're going to give you more of it. So that's why you really need to sit down and focus on your mindset. You also need to make sure you have a vision of the person you want to become. And there's a lot of great trainings on how to really create a powerful vision for yourself. All right, so those are the 7 villains. I hope you found this video valuable today. If you did, I want you to leave a comment and share. Make sure you follow me on Facebook by going to facebook.com/Dr. Lisa Thompson. I create content on almost a daily basis, and I don't want you to miss a thing. And I also want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do it directly from Facebook. All you have to do is look for the tab on my fan page, and you'll see my most recent YouTube video right up here in the featured section. And make sure you click subscribe as well. Now, if you want to learn the art of slaying these dragons once and for all, you want to learn the art of promotion, okay? And you really want to get a success and make 2019 the year you finally have the breakthroughs and you want to slay these villains once and for all, I want you to check out this video, all right? This is the platform. This is a training platform that both Diane and Ray, 2 of my big mentors, use that have helped them grow their businesses. So I want you to watch this short video. It's going to give you an introduction, see if this is a good fit for you. All you have to do is go to the link you see on your screen, and I also have it in the first comment of the video description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.